What's up, everybody, and welcome to the other side of the firewall, a podcast where we talk about the latest and greatest cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who've made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and today, as always, I'm joined by Shannon Tynes
What's up? What's up?
and LeVon Maynard.
Good day to you.
Yeah. So again, we're up with the new format. So the second topic, I'm actually gonna put it in the right order. So now I said that I got to do it. This one comes from Bleeping Computer, and it is near and dear to LeVon's heart. That's why I gave it to him as a topic, so I can break his heart. So I'll leave it to you.
That's right. Ain't gonna break my heart. This is like Ryan said, this is Bleeping Computer Passwordstate Password Manager hacked in a supply chain attack. This is by Sergey Gatlin. Or Gatlin. So this one's basically an article. Essentially, this Click Studios, the company behind a Passwordstate Enterprise Passwords Manager, notified its customers that an attacker compromised its update mechanism. So they got, I guess, pretty much got access to their, I guess, supply chain of their update servers or what have you. So essentially, people that downloaded I guess they did like an in-place upgrade, and they connected to the server and downloaded, the patch that's supposed to like, clean things up, make things better. It apparently put some malware on the systems, and obviously the malware was kind of concerning. They said that it's essentially that the attack could have potentially compromised some of the data because it had access to be able to send data back and forth between the client and whatever server that was accessible from the internet. And essentially they released pretty much like a fix to pretty much get rid of this. Apparently it was like it was only like, I think 4 kilobytes worth of data that the patch had included. This was like enough data for it to be compromised. And they sent some instructions, sent an email out to all the users of this password manager. I think apparently, according to this article, it's used by over 370,000 security and IT professionals at 29,000 companies worldwide. So looks like it's pretty used, even though honestly I hadn't heard of it until I saw this article. I wasn't too familiar with Passwordstate, but apparently it's a pretty big one. It's been out there for a little bit, and yeah, so they were able to get I guess to get it patched and get the issue remediated. But obviously, this is kind of a concern that people have password managers that, I guess, in this situation can get compromised, and as a result, everybody had to change. Or they recommended that everybody change their passwords or credentials. I don't know if the article didn't really explicitly say that these passwords were leaked, or like everybody this so and so had access to your passwords, but it recommended that everybody change their passwords and credentials across the board on their password manager. So with that said, I'll say this, that I use a password manager. I actually use one that's offline, that's not actually connected to like an internet, and actually it won't allow you to connect to the internet while you use it. But in the same respect, on top of a password manager, I recommend people use a multi-factor authentication, like I've always recommended. And I know Ryan loves those.
Throwing the MFA out there.
Yeah, because just having a password by itself is, anybody can get access to your password. You can, even if somebody is like, man in the middle attack or something like that, and get access to your password. So if you have some sort of multi-factor authentication set up on your banking account in particular, anything that's like very sensitive data, some low hanging fruit, like, inessential accounts that you don't really care about. Maybe it's not a big deal to have MFA, but definitely for your banking, for your if you got your Bitcoin wallet set up somewhere, make sure that's locked down. If you got your I don't think like Netflix, a lot of these streaming platforms don't really have them, but that's probably not even a big deal either, because you can normally tell when somebody logs into that. But nonetheless, MFA is the way to go on top of your password manager. I like to use a Passwordsafe. It's a password manager I use, as well as Actually, I saved my password in my browser, which some people kind of shy from, but it's the way at least Edge does it. It's really secure. They actually have everything like encrypted on your I guess in your profile, and so it's like if somebody actually got access to your I don't know to that database, they'd have to like decrypt it using some crazy like probably take them 1,000 years to decrypt that data. But nonetheless, uh, what you guys think about this situation?
So I'll tell you like this. This is this is one of my. I guess I have a lot of big fears. I'm very scary. I guess I should probably go to church. I guess I need to go to church. I'm scared of everything. I guess. Like every week, it's like, hey, this is my one of my big fears. But no. So this this right here scares me because I was getting to that point where I was like, man, I'm having too many passwords to remember, and I try to make them all unique, right? So it's one of those things. It's like, man, I'm finding myself doing getting reset password emails a lot more on stuff because it's not something I use every day. Like my banking one, I know that one, right? I got all types of things set up for that, but stuff that I don't use that often is kind of like, man, what is the password for this? You know what I mean? Like if I don't have an app or something for it, it's like, okay, reset password and let me wait for this email to come through. But what's scary about this one is the supply chain thing again, right? So it's not like somebody had something that was, out of date or whatever they were doing like they were supposed to be doing, right? Like with the SolarWinds attack, right? Same thing. Supply chain. You go to something that is reputable, you upgrade it, and this is what happened. And the reason it's even more scary to me is that they went after one that was, what'd you say it was, 29,000 companies worldwide users?
Yeah.
Yeah, 29,000 companies worldwide, right? So if they got to them, they can definitely get to me, right? Passwordstate, that leads me to believe that whatever Passwordstate is providing was good enough for 29,000 companies around the world to say, this is the technology we're going to use to secure passwords in our organization, right? I don't know if I'm getting that from Joe Blow password manager or whatever, that I may get. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's scary to me because they went after the big dog, right? Like if you if you break the stick off in the big dog's jaws, right, and they back off, then you should be scared, right?
Mhm.
I'm that little puppy. I'm that little puppy on the porch that just saw that, like, oh, yeah,
Oh.
I'll sit up. I'll eat what you want. Like that's what it is. That's what it is for me. But yeah, like I said, I was not at that point, but I was on the verge because I was just like, man, I'm sick of resetting passwords for everything. I got passwords to remember at work. I got passwords for stuff at home. It's just getting to be too much now, right?
Mhm.
And I'm not against MFA. I'm not against that at all. Like multi-factor is fine. You know what I mean by me, but um, if it comes to a situation where it's something I have to do at work, you know what I mean? If I have to log on to something at work or whatever, I'm in a facility to where I can't bring certain items in, right? So I'd have to go outside and, then get that. And then, okay, I got to remember this code when I go back in now, you know what I
Right.
mean? But yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't, man, this is getting scary out there. I know, and this is what we do every week, right? It's always something like this, and it's so scary. And I'm like, man, my little few nickels that I have, I want to keep them protected. Right? I'm not one of these 29,000 companies that's probably trading on the stock market and whatnot. You know what I mean? They
Right.
got bigger fish to fry, and if they got them, it's easy to get me. You know what I mean? But Ryan, what's your take on this, man?
Yeah, I think it's kind of crazy. So I'm not against password managers. I do have one, but mine isn't uh as sophisticated as LeVon's. So I still use a lot of MFA. Like I said, I was never a fan of MFA, but it has saved me in the past. So it's definitely something I've been whenever I can cut it on. I do cut it on. It's a nightmare when you're overseas, by the way. Uh, for whatever reason, sometimes it kind of bifurcates my traffic. So it'll
Mm.
it'll I'll it'll go out, ask for requests, but then like my son's tablet will get the hey, this is the number, and then I have to rely on him to give it to me because I won't know he got it. Because
Mm.
I'll still be sitting here like a dunce waiting for it to come to me. I'll get a message from him like, hey. So one time I went through a loop of like 15 times trying to get into my own email because it didn't like my IP address. Like the ISP must have switched. Like they must have did a roll, I tried to get into my email. My email was like, no.
It's like, who
I
are
just
you?
continuously had to kept resetting to finally let me in. But if I can't get to my stuff, neither can a bad guy, right? So
That's good.
it's ultimate protection. Yeah, but it's very inconvenient. So in this case, I've never worked for a company that has on-premises password management. Kind of, sort of, like when you talk about like a radius server, attack X, things of that nature. Then yeah, but this is a little bit different. This one is like obviously they're using it on their systems to protect their whatever accounts, and it said it affected government, defense, finance, aerospace, retail, automotive, healthcare, legal, and media. So they are embedded in lots of companies, which is interesting to me. I've never worked for any of those, so I've never had to rely on something like that. But it being a what's the term again? Supply chain uh, uh, attack vector blows me, like, because it wouldn't matter what it is if they can get to the supply chain. Like you said, four kilobyte patch caused a breach. Those are the smallest patches I've ever seen. It's like DLC when the stuff is already on the disk. Like for Mass Effect, it was like a 10K patch, and you'd be like, oh, the DLC was so small. Like, no, because it's already there. So whatever this vulnerability was already there. They just basically gave you the key to unlock it and then to let themselves in. So again, I can't vouch for it, but it seems as though that backdoor already existed. Maybe it was used in development, because sometimes during, what you shouldn't do during SDLC is build in backdoors, but many programmers do, because it's just the easiest way to get back into the software to fix it if something else is wrong. So it sounds like they downloaded a key that unlocked the backdoor to let them in. So that double sucks, because nothing you can do about that. You can't patch it out. You have to wait for whoever the parent company of Passwordstate is to send out new code to fix that. So yeah, it definitely blew me, because I didn't know that you could do a supply chain attack on almost anything, and what it seems like. So hopefully it doesn't become the new ransomware, where every week we're starting to see supply chain attacks.
I was just thinking the same thing. I was just thinking the same thing. Like
Yeah.
I think we're going to start seeing more of that, because it's one of the proper principles. One of the things that you teach to people is to go through the proper chain to get your updates and to do all this. Don't go to some of these other sites that may give you something for free or whatever without paying for the service. Like, you tell them, go through an authorized site, and this is what happens. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I don't think there's a
Yeah,
way.
maybe it'll become an industry in itself. Maybe there'll be patch verifiers from here on out. Because I know in DoD, like, it takes forever to get a patch. Like hey, this is a-okay patch. You could be several cycles behind before you get it. But you're somewhat inherently protected with the zero trust model, as well as being behind encryptors and things of that nature. Like, if you're just a regular old company, you don't have none of that protection. So every day you don't patch is a day somebody can get in there and get your stuff. You don't have those several layers of defense, or what is that, defense and def, that the DoD has. So it does suck. Hopefully it didn't disrupt them too bad. How do you fix that? I honestly do not know yet. I'm sure that'll start getting baked into something, either whether it be the CBK, or you have those PMP principles when it comes to SDLC, or someone will pick up the slack and kind of figure out, like, how do you verify patches before you implement them to the masses. Like, companies are going to do it themselves. There's already probably a CIO or a CISO or somebody out there already thinking of ways to make sure they don't get hit with something like this again. But I have not seen anything text worthy to like. It's crazy how offensive cyber like hacking, black hat hacking outpaces defensive cyber so heavily. Like, they're out here running laps around us, and it just goes to show you, like, you just got to move quicker. Like now there's this second or third one we've talked about, supply chain attack. Like, we're just not moving quick enough. We gotta move faster.
Well,
But
it's just because it's more profitable. That's why. It's
yeah,
more profitable.
that is true.
And I'll
That
say
is
that
true. Still in.
Yeah.
Stealing is more profitable
And,
Then
and,
than
actually,
and,
defense.
yeah,
You are correct.
and black hats are more stylish. That's why, you know what I mean?
that's right.
Black hats
They
look
go,
Yeah.
yeah.
they go with more outfits.
Yeah. So,
But yeah, I was gonna add on to what you're saying too, Ryan. You and Shannon as well. But just the fact that um, obviously these are important systems. I mean, this is like a big deal that that the system that's supposed to be providing the patches that actually supposed to be helping secure your devices is getting compromised. And there's like a tiered structure. I think it's like an old like Active Directory model or like a maybe Microsoft model that you should have like a tiered structure where you have like tier two is like your client machines, tier one is like your management servers, maybe like a I don't know, some you know some server that's hosting like a website or something. Then you have like a tier zero, which is like your Active Directory, maybe your domain servers. You got your should actually be your SCCM or like your patching servers. Everything should be in that tier zero,
your,
and those should be
your,
like the
your
most
core
secure.
services, your core
Yeah,
services type thing. Yeah.
right. Your core services, yeah, for sure. And that should be like the most secure of like any of those tiers compared to compared to like your clients. So, obviously, your clients need to be secure too, but you have to like limit the access and the reach to those tier zero devices. And I think we're seeing here, perhaps, perhaps in this situation, perhaps the state didn't properly secure these tier zero like resources because um, they're super important. I mean, everybody's connecting to them and they're getting these patches and get these updates. And if this gets compromised, then just like I think it was in that SolarWinds attack or something like that, everything else gets compromised. Um, so, like you said, it's something that I think these black hat hackers are actually looking for. These they're looking for these tier zero type devices that are accessible that they can compromise and then kind of spread their reach across the infrastructure. So just my thought on that. But obviously, this is it's a pretty important thing, and it's something that companies got to be aware of, so it doesn't become like the next ransomware and everybody's getting compromised through their regular updates, just trying to update and be more secure. Then they get compromised from trying to be secure. So
Yeah, definitely. It'll keep developing. We'll have more to say. So I'm not tired of talking about it just yet, like ransomware. I am tired of talking about ransomware, to be honest with you, because it happens so frequently. So this is something new, but it's not exciting because nobody wants to be on that security team that gets hit with one of these attacks because they're gonna be like, well, why didn't you do X, Y, Z? Like, well, I don't even know how you prepare for it. So it's a brand new vector that we just have to be more diligent about and kind of just figure out what works best for our own businesses. But with that being said, I thought this was a really good conversation. This whole week is about to be fire. Like, I'm gonna put all these on LinkedIn too. Like, normally I only give LinkedIn to Ask a CISP, but I'm putting all these up. These are some good conversations.
that's right.
I say that because it takes more effort to put these on LinkedIn because I got to break them in half and I got to do some crazy editing. And I'm not a producer, but if you're a producer, shameless plug, and you want to work for free, I can use some help. So please,
Right.
please shoot me a link. Like this could be your jumping off point. You make us look good. You look good, right? But that's enough shameless plugging. But actually, no. So Ask a CISP is up next. I'm gonna need y'all to send me some questions, right? So the questions have been flowing in. I made some good stuff. The latest video went up. People seem to like it. I need some questions. Please shoot me your questions. Whether you want me to name you or not name you, that's okay. But just let us know what you want to know about being either a CISP or just being a security professional. I mean, combined, I think the three of us have like 60 years of IT and cybersecurity experience, something like that, like wealth and knowledge. And I ask them questions all the time. So if it's something I can't answer, I will bug them until they give me the answers for you. So make sure you ask us your questions. Hit us up at the website, www.theothersideofthefirewall.com. There you can reach our Twitter, our IG, our Facebook group. We no longer have a page on LinkedIn. It's just my page right now. IG as well. You can reach me at RY Security Guy. It's RYRY Security Guy. And then LeVon.
Hit me up on the Twitters at LeVon Maynard.
There it is. There we go. So yeah, you got multiple ways of reaching us. Please hit us up. and let us know what you think about the show. Stay tuned for the rest of the week. So like I said, Ask Us SP, it will be on Wednesday, and then Thursday will be our fire discussion about something I'm not going to talk about. I'm going to leave you suspense. So tune in. Peace out.
That's right. Take care, everyone.